Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the February 16th meeting of the Montgomery County House Delegation. Today, we are joined by special guests from Montgomery College, and we'll be hearing from them first. And then afterwards, we have two bills for a quick voting session. So with that, I will turn it over to the president of Montgomery College, Dr. Williams, and our other guests for their remarks. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so very much, Chair Polakovich-Carr, for inviting Montgomery College to join you and the entire delegation today. Last week, Montgomery College students were in Annapolis for the first time since COVID, and it was extremely exciting. Not only did they engage with you, but they walked the halls of their capital, some of them having never been to Annapolis before. So thank you for helping us launch the next generation of civically engaged residents. And let me also echo what our students shared while they were in Annapolis and what they share day in and day out. And that again is thank you. Particularly, I want to thank you for your efforts last year with the future Germantown Student Services Center, the library renovations, and the East County campus, and for your support of the CADE funding formula, which helps keep tuition affordable, as you all know. Clearly, you are invested in Montgomery College, and for that, we are grateful. And then with that said, we want you to see your investment come alive. So we have a short video so you can see Montgomery College as we do. So I'll ask my team member, I think Ms. Tutt, to share that video with you now.
How do you define Montgomery College? That's the wrong question. It's not how it's defined, it's who defines it.
This is a turning point. It's a moment to look to the future and reify your purpose.
MC is defined by those who put in the work, from early mornings to late nights, from the classroom to the workplace, with their family, their teammates, and when no one is watching. When our students declare to the world, "I am MC," they stand tall, backed by 1,000 experiences that have shaped them along the way, and alongside those who have walked the path with them.
There may have been moments of doubt when you were afraid by too much responsibility. Some of you have changed majors and found new inspiration. Through it, you have found the courage to surmount obstacles. If you are the first in your family to graduate, please stand up and say, "I am MC." If you earn a high school diploma and a college degree this spring, if you speak more than one language, if you are older than 50 years old, a military service member, an honor student, if you are a parent or a member of the Montgomery College graduating class, please stand up and say, "I am MC."
Those who embody our spirit don't just graduate and move on. Rather, they continue to represent us as the designers of change and the leaders that they've been the entire time. We don't just begin to be inspired by them after graduation. It's that in our eyes, they've been inspiring us every step of the way.
Thank you, Ms. Tutt. And hopefully you saw what I and what we are privileged to see every day on our three campuses and our centers. When students declare, "I am MC," they show the wide range of residents we serve, from first in their family to graduate from college, to multiple language speakers, to veterans, to older adults, to honor students. The 40,000 plus students that MC serves today definitely illustrate the tapestry of our county. Our credit students are diverse, For example, the largest cohorts are students who identify as Black, and that's 1 in every 4 of our students, 25%. Our students who identify as Hispanic, which is 29%. As a matter of fact, Montgomery College is currently the only federally designated Hispanic serving institution in the state of Maryland, community college or otherwise. These students, they become the graduates who live here and work here. In fact, I'd like to spend some time, and I, again, appreciate your time today for you to meet a student and an alum who are with us this morning. First, I'd like to introduce Lisa Franchek. Lisa is an MC alum who discovered engineering at Montgomery College. She is an electrical engineer. In fact, Lisa has worked for the National Institute for Standards and Technology, NIST, as we know, for more than 3 decades now. So Lisa, would you please share with us a little bit about how Montgomery College helped you discover your passion?
Thank you, Dr. Williams, and thank you to the Montgomery County House Committee. I am MC, as the video just said. I'm a lifelong Montgomery County resident. I've been in the county for all but 2 years of my life, basically. And that was only while my dad was getting graduate school. I grew up in Montgomery County. I grew up in Montgomery County. I grew up in Poolesville, a small town that's Western Maryland. Well, not quite Western Maryland, but Western Montgomery County. And I currently live in Germantown. So I'm dedicated to being here. As a child, I thought I wanted to be a doctor when I grew up, but circumstances made me go, maybe not. But I really didn't know what I wanted to be. So after I graduated from Poolesville High School, and when I graduated, it was not a magnet school. It was an everyday high school that was small and quaint, and it was wonderful. But I realized I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life, and I needed to figure out something. I knew I wanted to earn a degree. I knew I loved science. I loved math. Just didn't know what I wanted to do with that. So I took the opportunity to actually go to Montgomery College, a college that was in my back door, basically. And at the time I went, Germantown campus was relatively new, and was a wonderful experience for me. I was able to go there as an affordable option. I didn't want to waste my parents' money going to a bigger school till I could figure out what I wanted to do. And Montgomery College, with its affordable tuition, was exactly what I needed. It gave me friends for lives. It gave me professors who cared about me. And so while I was there, I explored a lot of different things. I set myself up for success for life. I tried to figure out, did I want to become that medical doctor? Which in the end, I did not. But I took the classes that I needed to prep along the way. And along the way, I found out that I could do engineering. So I transferred with that passion. I transferred down to the University of Maryland at College Park. So I didn't go very far away, even though my mom would have said, go away, go experience life somewhere else. I was not ready to do that when I was young. And so I still have a strong connection to Montgomery College. After graduating in the University of Maryland, I worked at the National Institute of Standards and Technology, as Dr. Williams said. I graduated with a degree in electrical engineering. I have had the opportunity to work in automation, manufacturing, and to share my passion for engineering and science with other young people. For many years, I ran an intern program here at NIST, as we call it. And along the way, I've had students from Montgomery College. Never once did I doubt that students coming out of Montgomery College wouldn't be strong students. They all come from all different kinds of backgrounds, but it was always a pleasure to have a student from there. My connection to Montgomery College even remained after I graduated. I still have connections with old professors that I have. There was one time when I was at the University of Maryland, I was struggling. because, as you know, University of Maryland is a huge campus. My classes were commonly 200 plus people in a class in engineering, not so much in the other disciplines, but definitely there. And I was able to go back to, because I had a strong connection to professors at MC, I was able to go back and say, hey, I really am not getting this. And, you know, they were able to, this person, I call him Dr. Bob. It's actually Dr. Bob Coley, who is since retired from Montgomery College, but he was able to calm me down and say, you're a good student. You know, it's just a different approach that they're doing. And so I was able to, you know, but that confidence that I could go back and talk with somebody was just priceless, basically. So I learned so much while I was there. Montgomery College, it's not just a matter of an education, it's an experience, it's a connection, it's the ability to be a part of the community at the same time, experiencing all of that. I have friends from Montgomery College who also have successful careers. One is a plastic surgeon. I have another that's a podiatrist. I have another that is director of facilities down at National Institute of Health. So the beginnings that started at MC have a big impact, and a big impact not just on me as an individual, but on Montgomery County. Those that love it in this area still try to strive to be in the area. So when I graduated, I took my job here at NIST. I built my career here as an engineer, and I've served for 36 years here as a public servant also. So just to summarize, Montgomery College is still part of my life. I still advocate for it. I still encourage people to go there. It offers an opportunity to get a good foundation to get a start on life. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask them. Dr. Williams, I hope I did well for you.
Now, Lisa, thank you for choosing Montgomery College. Thank you for being MC. Thank you for being here today and uplifting your story and sharing your story. I'll introduce a second student and then share and wrap up, and then Chair Polakovich-Carr leave to the end for questions. Does that work? Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you again, Lisa. Please hold tight for a few moments where we're going to wrap up. I would like to introduce Williams Ochoa, and Williams is an MC biotechnology student, a current student. He is an apprentice with GlaxoSmithKline in Rockville, and upon his graduation, he will become a full-time GSK employee. And Williams, we've met several times through Williams's Montgomery College experience. One thing people may not know is he actually had the opportunity to meet and share a few words with Dr. Biden and the Prime Minister of India in a very small panel. So Williams, would you please talk a little bit about your educational journey and why you chose Montgomery College?
Thank you, Dr. Williams. Hello, everyone. As mentioned, my name is Williams Ochoa, and I'm a current student at Montgomery College. I'm originally from El Salvador and was brought here by my mother when I was 8 years old, and have lived in Montgomery County ever since. Not only did I attend Montgomery Blair High School, and I'm the first in my family to graduate from high school, and not only that, but I'm also the first in my family to attend college. Even before I graduated from high school, I knew that a high quality education was crucial to be competitive in today's job market. But I also worried that I would not be able to afford college. Then I'll be forced to the burden of paying off student loans for many years of my life. Affordable and becoming the opportunity to be in the GlaxoSmithKline apprenticeship program. GSK is a global biopharmaceutical company with manufacturing operations here in Germany. My apprenticeship has allowed me to travel around the globe, be paid to attend school, and earn a quality education. My apprenticeship has allowed me to travel again, and the quality of the education at MC and the experience I gained with my job helped me be named State of Maryland's 22 Apprentice of the Year. I'm excited to graduate from MC in May, and will graduate with that, and with 3.5 years of relevant biomanufacturing experience and a full-time job at GSK. Thanks for the opportunity MC has given me. At just 21, I will have grown into the middle class, expanded my job opportunities, and have a biotechnology degree that gives me a great career. Additionally, my family has seen the power of MC. Too, my younger brother enrolled at MC this fall. Thank you for the opportunity of sharing the many ways Montgomery College has changed my life and the life of my family. Thank you.
Thank you, Williams. Thank you for being MC. Thank you for choosing MC. And I just want to take a moment to reiterate it before I wrap up, Chair Polakovich-Carr, just to ensure that everyone was able to hear Williams talk about him being a first-generation student who migrated from El Salvador and is graduated from Montgomery Blair High School and worked in a biopharmaceutical associate apprenticeship with GSK and has excelled and was recognized by the state of Maryland as Apprentice of the Year in fall 22. He will graduate next year and continue on, as I mentioned, to be permanent at GSK. I know the technology maybe was going a little in and out, but I wanted to make sure you got those highlights. And Williams will stick around for some Q&A if the delegation so desires. And to wrap up, Chair Polakovich-Carr, all of our delegates, thank you. Thank you for giving Lisa and Williams an opportunity to share their stories. In their stories, you can see again why Montgomery College is a worthy investment. So today, I'm here to ask again, please do not rewrite CADE. Please reject the reductions in the governor's proposed budget, which will cost Montgomery College almost $3 million. Instead, please use the CADE formula for the legislature crafted, thanks in part to Delegate Hank Heller, to determine funding for FY25. And please reject the changes to the formula outlined in the BRFA, because CADE is an investment in our community. The data reveals our return on investment. Montgomery College alumni, they stay in our county. 79% stay in our county. Alumni work as nurses for Holy Cross Germantown Hospital, engineers at Northrop Grumman, teachers in MCPS, at NIST, and as GSK, as you've heard this morning. In fact, Montgomery College all in adds $1 billion to the economy each year. And here's more good news. Montgomery College enrollment is up. Fall credit is up 4% from last fall. And enrollment for this spring semester is up 5% over last spring. And last spring was up from the previous spring. So students aren't only coming to Montgomery College, they are staying. 65% of students who enrolled in fall of 22 return the next fall. And MC consistently awards 3,000 degrees and certificates a year. And just to share, since we're talking about graduation, or since I brought it up, this May we expect to graduate more than 280 high school students. They will earn their associate degrees weeks before earning their high school diplomas. But our students, they also face challenges and barriers to completion. Food insecurity, many are parenting, 60% attend part-time. They often juggle work, family, and finances. And of the MC students who receive Pell Grants, their average household income is only $28,000, well below Montgomery County's self-sufficiency standard. Right. This means a talented instructor in a classroom is simply not enough to drive up completion rates to help students succeed. It means programs both inside and outside the classroom are needed, like our mobile markets and our food pantries, right, that serve tens of thousands of individuals a year with hundreds of thousands of pounds of food. It means achieving the Promise Academy, in achieving the collegiate excellence and success, our ACES program. And it's imperative to keep tuition affordable, to also ensure both access and success. And CADE helps us do just this. In fact, Montgomery College, relying on full K funding, plans to keep tuition flat next year again for the third time in 4 years. And community college faculty, they also deserve fair compensation and benefits, which include pay raises. They deserve that as well. So in closing, Chair Polakovich-Carr and the entire delegation, please, I know how fortunate we are to have leaders like you. Start with a thank you, end with a thank you. So you are champions of educational opportunity for all. With you, Montgomery College expansion into the East County will happen. In late April, we'll celebrate the opening of the East County Education Center. And we look forward to welcoming you to the Leggett Math and Science Building ribbon cutting ceremony in the fall. Together, we can continue to transform lives and deliver Montgomery County's homegrown talent like Lisa and Williams. Together, we can build a stronger Maryland. So again, thank you for the time. Thank you for the consistent, unwavering support. And we are happy to answer any questions that you have for us this morning.
Thank you, Dr. Williams. Thank you, Lisa and Williams, for both being here, and just also a thank you to all of your students who were participated in the Advocacy Day recently. We all appreciated getting those meetings and having those folks stop by. So we'll open it up for questions. We'll start with Delegate Chi.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you, Mr. President, and the MC team for your very strong and compelling presentation this morning. I think we're all loyal fans and supporters, the entire delegation. I don't think it's an exaggeration. We're extremely proud of you being a leader nationally. I'm just trying to understand what you mentioned briefly about the formula change, and maybe colleagues on Appropriations Committee can elaborate a bit more, or even yourself, Mr. President, about how that impacts the college's funding, because I think that's an issue you intend to raise with us today, right?
Certainly. Thank you for the opportunity, Delegate Chi. So the K funding formula, as legislated, provides 29 cents for every dollar that USM receives. The budget that came was issued from the executive branch just not too long ago, reduced that to 26.5 cents for every dollar that the University System of Maryland receives, which for Montgomery College would mean a $3 million loss this year, because it also removes the hold harmless situation. So that is back. And the second part of what was written into that BRFA was 26.5 for in perpetuity, for forever. So it was not a 1 year situation. The BRFA was leveraged to suggest to put forward a permanent change to CADE. So two very large issues that impact Montgomery College and our 15 other community colleges across the state. So I hope that provided clarity, and I know you offered up opportunity for members on the appropriations as well. So I will defer.
Thank you.
Thank you, Delegate Chief, for that question. I was going to say, I don't see anyone from Appropriations jumping in, but maybe we can connect offline with some of our colleagues to get some more information. Recognizing Delegate Fraser Hidalgo.
Thank you, Madam Chair. President Williams, could you, just changing gears a little bit, could you talk about the relationship that you have with Montgomery County Public Schools?
Absolutely. Thank you, Delegate.
I know that there is some operating school students, and I think 11th and 12th grade, to start accruing some college credits early and just getting a college experience earlier than there has been in the past.
Yes. Thank you for that opportunity, Delegate. So we are very proud of our dual enrollment program, which is an umbrella, and it has several opportunities for students where students could take 1 or 2 courses throughout their high school educational journey, or they can graduate with an associate's degree. Part of this umbrella is students can take classes at their high school, and part of it is we have students that are the last 2 years of their high school experience is at a Montgomery College campus. So we're very proud of the hundreds of students who participate in dual enrollment. every single year. We are, for the third year in a row, going to graduate more than 250 high school students will have their associate's degree a few weeks before they receive their high school diploma, which is fantastic. This year, we estimate it'll be about 280. One other exciting piece that I shared with you is this is really answering the call, as we always strive to do, for creating that homegrown talent that we need. So one of the components that we have is actually some of those dual enrollment students, Delegate Fraser Hidalgo, are actually involved in our nursing program. So imagine a high school student who graduates from high school with 2 years of their nursing program done. And that 1 year after they graduate high school, that's their last year. And then they will be going in to nursing, being full-fledged, bedside nurses with their associate's degree a year after they graduate high school. And that's just one example of how it's not just a educational opportunity to earn college credit. It is an opportunity to fuel and create the workforce that Montgomery County needs. And I can add any other clarity if there's more you would like me to share, Delegate.
No, I mean, it's just such an incredible opportunity. I'm so thankful for it, and thank you for the outreach to make sure that happens. There are so many reasons that you mentioned, and so many reasons that you didn't mention, that students, I think, would love that program or do love that program. Just opportunities to really grow. So it's just an incredible program. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And actually, I have a question continuing on that same line of thought, Dr. Williams. I'd just love to know, and maybe this is something your team can follow up on, just kind of what the distribution is of those dual enrollment students across the county, or like what their home high school is. Just, curious to see that data, if you all could follow up with that.
Absolutely, Chair Plakovich-Carr. We will definitely follow up with that breakdown.
Great, thank you. Any other questions, colleagues? I'm not seeing any other hands raised. So President Williams, Lisa Williams, thank you so much for being here again today. We appreciate the presentation, and hope you have a great day.
Thank you again. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful weekend.
All right, colleagues, we're going to move now into our work session and voting session. So as a reminder, please have your cameras on if you wish to be recorded as voting. We do have 2 bills. One, we're going to start with MC 6-24. This is Delegate Moon's bill on school bus monitoring cameras, distribution of fines. You might remember we actually passed this bill out of delegation a few weeks ago, but there is an additional amendment that we are taking up, and I will turn to Delegate Moon to talk about that amendment, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So colleagues, as you'll recall, this bill would take the portion of school bus fines generated on state roads and ask State Highway to use those funds for school bus safety. State Highway had some tweaks as to how they wanted that worded, so that was what we did before, and Montgomery County has come in behind them and asked, well, if we're giving them the money, can we at least get an accounting for how that money has been spent and what projects it's being used for? And so that's what this additional amendment is about.
And so just to clarify, Delegate Moon, so this is all, this amendment is just additional reporting criteria, is that right?
Correct.
Okay, thank you. Colleagues, any questions about this additional amendment on this bill we have previously passed? Okay, seeing no questions, is there a motion on the amendment?
Move the amendment, Madam Chair.
Second.
Okay, moved by Delegate Kaufman, so seconded by Delegate Love. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, and again, remember, have your camera on, please, folks. All those in favor of the amendment, please say aye or raise your hand.
Aye.
Right, anyone opposed? Okay, that amendment passes unanimously. A motion on the bill as additionally amended.
So moved.
And is there a second?
Second.
Okay, we'll say that was moved by Delegate Foley, seconded by Delegate Fraser Hidalgo. All those in favor of the bill as amended, please say aye or raise your hand.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, MC 624 again passes the delegation. Thank you, Delegate Moon. So one more bill, colleagues, HB 372, Rent Court Workforce Solutions Pilot Program. This is actually a statewide bill, which has been assigned to the House Judiciary Committee. It has a hearing coming up next week. That standing committee has asked our delegation to weigh in on the bill, and I'm going to turn to Delegate Stewart, who is a co-sponsor on the bill, just to speak to what the bill does.
Sure. Thank you, Madam Chair. So yeah, this is a bill that's sponsored by our colleague and friend, Delegate Kevin Harris in Prince George's County. I am a co-sponsor. It would create a two-county pilot program, including both Montgomery and Prince George's County, to essentially put a workforce kiosk into the courthouse during rent court proceedings. The fiscal note is $200,000, so presumably that would be split pretty evenly between the two counties. And we, as a county, would, if this bill passed the full House and passed the Senate and was signed by the governor, we would be one of the counties to experiment with the idea of having basically workforce solutions right there in the courthouse. Now, what this bill does not stand for, I think, is any stereotyping that the reason that people can't pay their rent is because they don't have a job. Because if you look at the statistics, that's just frankly not true. Usually it's unexpected expenses for why people don't pay their rent. It's not because they don't lack, it's not because they lack employment, and we're not trying to create any stereotypes there. Really what the bill stands for is the proposition that courthouses should be locusts of public activity and engagement. So I'm a big believer that we should have all sorts of different kiosks and booths in courthouses to meet people where they are, especially if they're experiencing, some sort of traumatic experience in the courts. So I think we should have better, voter registration. I think we should have all sorts of, rental assistance information in the courthouse. But this bill just stands for the proposition that there will be some representative with a county workforce public agency to assist people if they are looking for either a new job or a better job or a job at all while they're in rent court. And there will be an opportunity if someone signs up for this for them to get a continuance or a stay in their eviction proceedings. That's it.
Thank you, Delegate Stewart. Looks like we have some questions. Delegate Kaufman.
Yes, pardon my ignorance, Delegate Stewart, but what is a workforce kiosk in the sense, does it have wanted ads for jobs? Does it have, links to sign up for resume building classes or, trainings? I've just never heard of a kiosk. So before I vote for the bill, I've heard of the kiosk, of course, but never a workforce kiosk. So I need a better understanding before I vote for the bill.
Yeah, I can't guarantee you that workforce kiosk is the term of art. I think I may have invented that term, so I can't fault you for not knowing exactly what that is. I think your description is accurate though, which is that it's a lot of different types of workforce related services. So yes, it will include available jobs. Our local workforce agency will work with employers to sort of provide jobs that are looking to hire people. And yes, they also can connect people to different job related, job getting skills like interview training.
Delegate Foley.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Delegate Stewart, for bringing the bill. I think it's a really good, simple idea, and I like it a lot. My question is for the chair. Did I hear you say that it was a statewide bill?
It is a statewide bill, but because it creates pilot programs in just Montgomery and Prince George's counties, both of our delegations have been asked to weigh in with the Judiciary Committee.
Oh, I see. Okay, thank you.
No problem. Delegate Chi.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So my question to the bill sponsor is, it sounds like a great idea, but my question is, why workforce kiosk and not a kiosk in general to have multitude of county agencies information to meet people where they are, right? So if we're going to spend $200,000, and I don't know how many kiosks we're talking about, why not make it so that it has rental assistance information, it has other, family and child support and whatever, or even DV kind of information to help people?
Yeah, if the Judiciary Committee wanted to amend it in that way, and like I said, I'm limited in how I can answer because I'm just a co-sponsor. That certainly sounds great to me, but I think the idea is to start small with just this one lane and to start in just two counties and to build from there. And I'm hoping what this can eventually develop into is that every county in the state will have access to, like I said, a robust array of support services right there in the courthouse. But I think the idea is, especially with the structural deficit, we're just kind of starting small and we're starting limited, and hopefully we can grow.
And Delegate Stewart, I appreciate Delegate Chi's comment on that. Is that something you'd be willing to have a conversation with the bill sponsor, Delegate Harris, about, just to pass on that feedback from our delegation?
Yeah, absolutely. I will mention that to Delegate Harris today on the floor. Or
Great.
actually, we're not going to the floor, but I'll find it.
Not on the floor. Thank
Yeah.
you. Delegate Fraser Hidalgo.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you, Delegate Stewart. Just a quick question. You had mentioned earlier, and maybe you don't know the answer to this, but you had mentioned earlier about the kiosk and the possibility of looking at a stay for an eviction, or can you talk a little bit about what that actually means or what the intent behind that is?
Yeah, sure. So it's not a mandatory stay. I would love that. Maybe we'll eventually get to that point where it's a mandatory stay or continuance. But right now, basically, if someone does sign up in some way to engage with the workforce kiosk, or they sign up for a program, or they sign up for some sort of training, then that will be brought to the judge, and then will be brought to all the parties, and there'll be an opportunity to stay or continue the eviction because the person got engaged in those services.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Any other questions on this bill? If not, we should have a motion, please.
Motion to move the bill favorably.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, moved by Delegate Solomon, seconded by Delegate Foley. Any further discussion? Okay. All those in favor of the delegation sending a letter of support for House Bill 372, please say aye or raise your hand.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, that passes unanimously. Thank you, colleagues. That is it for our voting session for today. Let me turn to committee chairs to see if there are any announcements. Delegate Love, Chair Love.
I don't know. Stay tuned.
Thank you. Any other chairs?
So I would just say stay tuned for the Economic Development Committee. We're still trying to work something out. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair Chi.
And me too, pretty much. Same thing. Thank you. Just be patient.
Thank you, Chair Crutchfield. Yes, we at this point have 5 more bills that originated in our delegation that still are unresolved at this moment, although all being actively worked on. And then there still is the potential for 4 more bi-county bills to come over from Prince George's County. So that's where our workload stands at this point. Any other announcements before we adjourn? And I will say, I failed to say this at the top, but for our staff's record keeping, Delegate Cullison was excused this morning. Delegate Miraku North, I think, was here maybe for part of the votes, and that my apologies. I was supposed to let you know when we were starting voting, and I forgot. Delegate Miraku North, go ahead.
It's okay. I just wanted to be recorded in the favorable for the amendment that I missed.
Okay.
But I think I voted for the other one.
Yes, you had given me a heads up that you had a conflict this morning.
Okay, great, thanks.
Okay, I think with that, we are adjourned. Thank you all.